Like and subscribe if you're not afraid of the truth. And let me get straight to it. It all started with gay people, with the false narrative that gay people were being harassed by straight people. That was not true. The reality of the situation is that gay people were trying to force themselves on straight people. And that is the problem today. Gay people were trying to force themselves on straight people. And they were not interested in having a relationship with a gay person. I personally have been approached by gay men, and I put them off and told them I'm not into that. Some are very, very pushy. And if you get pushy with the wrong person, they're going to react. Some will even use trickery and try to deceive a person into thinking that they are straight. And when the person finds out, then violence pursues. You see, the violence was never perpetrated on gay people. They instigated it because they all want to be in a relationship with a straight person. They all do. And straight people aren't interested. And that upsets them. And that's how this false narrative was created. And then all of a sudden, they connect gay rights to what? To civil rights for black people. And black people, we are the most spiritual people and non-gay people in the world. But they put that under gay rights. But black people were always trying to help. So we were against gay people being attacked and mistreated. But that was a false narrative. And we were protecting them for we were deceived into protecting them, because our nature is to always protect people because of what we had to endure during slavery, Jim Crow laws, and systemic racism. So they tied it in. So we allowed them to come under our umbrella because we felt they were being mistreated. But what has happened? Now all of a sudden, it has exploded. It has exploded into transsexualism, calling men women. Nothing can be further from the truth. But you see how it starts? You give them an inch and they take a mile. Now, you've had transvestites in Thailand, you've had them in the Philippines, and they call themselves lady boys. They call themselves lady boys. If you approach one, they will tell you, I am a lady boy. They will not try to deceive you like these people, these transvestites and stuff in the United States, and tell you that they are a woman. And the government, the plutocrats who support this, they must be gay themselves, are supporting this false narrative that women are men. No, women are not men. They put a man in a female jail. 3 women became pregnant. He got 3 women pregnant. Now this country wants to say these plutocrats, or these puppets of the plutocrats, they want men to be able to go into women's bathrooms. That is doing nothing but sex. That is nothing but sex exploitation that could easily end up in rape. Because a lot of men who aren't gay are going to try to fake it, to go into a woman's bathroom. And then you have men that are on the fence that goes both ways. And now you're allowing them to go into women's bathrooms. Politicians obviously do not respect or represent the American people. Because I can guarantee you that American people with children do not want homosexuality being taught to their 8 and 10-year-old kids 3 times a week. People send their kids to school to learn math, English, history, science. They don't go to school to have their kids learn sex education, and they aren't even in puberty. Years ago, 15 years ago, people did not want sex education taught to teenage children. Didn't want it taught to teenage children, but the gay rights have morphed. Gay rights have morphed into transvestites, women being called baby carriers and not women, transvestites being called women and being told it is okay to hide the fact that you are a transvestite from a man who is looking for a wife to start a family. What kind of government is this? What kind of government is this that will allow a man, Donald Trump, to try and overthrow the government, guilty of sedition and treason, and then say that he can run for president again? So in other words, you're going to give him a second chance to overthrow the government. The United States cannot be destroyed or defeated from without. We can only be defeated from within, and that is what the plutocrats are doing. They are setting up a fascist society where the people have no control. And we don't have control because we are a plutocracy anyway. The Electoral College elects our presidents. This is the same thing that was going on in 1776 when only rich white men could vote. We don't even know who the Electoral College is, and they are representing us, and they have not been voted into that position. This is why we have to deal with sex education in school. And now, some states want to pass a law that if you do not call a pervert by the proper pronoun, you can go to jail and it will be considered a felony. But Trump can try to overthrow the United States government, and all he's facing is civil suits, misdemeanors. No felonies that would stop him from running for president. This country is satanic and demonic, and it was from the day Columbus set his satanic butt on the shores of America. And that is a fact. And America was built on what? On slaves and the deletion of Native Americans. And until this country pays reparations for the wrong and the damage it has done to humanity, it will continue to spiral down in this satanic pit that teaches 8 and 10-year-old children sex education, and they haven't even reached puberty. And who's responsible for this? Black people, melanated people do not run this country. Caucasians / Neanderthal, they run this country, and it is they who are responsible for slavery, the deletion of Native Americans, systemic racism, Jim Crow laws, lynchings, destructions of black towns and cities and banks, and for 8 and 10-year-old kids being taught sex education in this country. And this is the only country on planet Earth that is teaching 8 and 10-year-old kids sex education and have homosexuals running up and down the hallways in schools dancing. Now, if you think this is all right, it is something wrong with you. And I'm going to tell you, Caucasians, Neanderthals, you are demonic to allow this to happen. See, it started with melanated black kids' children. Now it is your children. It is your children that Epstein was bringing to his island so that rich white males could do what they wanted to do to them. You did this to yourself, but you started with us. Now it's back. Now it is hitting you, because this is being taught indefinitely in your schools. Not only that, you send your kids to these Christian schools to be priests and all these other kind of things. And what are the priests doing? Pedophiles, having sex with your kids. Now what is it? Now your so-called Christian church, what does it do? It promotes homosexuality. It says, the Christian church said slavery was okay. Now it's saying it's okay to teach your children sex education, 8 and 10 years old. I guess they want them to be, when they put their hands on them, I guess they want those children to know what they're doing. I can see no other reason for education but to teach people how to know what they're doing. Greed has led to this. Greed has led to this because greed is nothing but a drug, just like sex is a drug. As a black person, I try to alienate myself from Caucasians / Neanderthals. Because you see, we built it, you misused it. And you have to take, so now I guess you want them, so now they're not going to teach history in school. They're going to replace it with sex education for 8 and 10-year-old kids. 3 days a week. Haven't even reached puberty. Caucasians, Neanderthals, missing link, you have no one to blame but yourself. I guess you're going to blame this on black people too? Well, Biden, who I'm not voting for Trump either, went over to Africa and offered them $400 million to become homosexuals and gays. I guess they want Africans to teach that in their schools. It's not going to happen. That is your thing. Marrying your cousins, brothers, and sisters, that is your thing. And black people, keep your distance. Stay away. They don't want to be bothered with you anyway, with us anyway. So why would we want to be a part of this culture? Let's draw back into our own little subculture and get control of our schools and everything else, because now we can do that and get our kids out of those public schools. Like and subscribe.